Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from SimpleProgrammer.com. Just finished my run today and thought I'd do a video. I was actually listening to an audiobook. I finally started listening to audiobooks again. Well, more so at 3x speed while I'm running, as I have changed my running now that I finished the marathon, and also have stopped doing the Italian lessons while I'm trying to run. And yeah, that's a little bit of an embarrassing moment, as I just I don't know what flew by me. But so anyway, I'm listening to a book called The 5-Second Rule. I'll do a review on it. I have to admit, at first I was a little bit, what is this? But I'm actually liking it. But it made me think of something that I thought I'd share with you that I thought is kind of interesting. Not saying this to brag, but I noticed that one of the things in the book, or one thing that a lot of people struggle with, which I don't struggle with anymore, I didn't realize when this happened, was getting up when the alarm goes off and not hitting the snooze button. I don't remember the last time I ever hit the snooze button, and it's not even hard. So what I'm saying here, there's a reason why I'm saying this. Again, not to brag, not to say, oh, you know, I never hit the snooze button, but it's about this idea that it doesn't even occur to me anymore. The idea of not doing what I set out to do, the idea of not going for a run or completing the run, or the idea of not waking up when the alarm clock goes off, or getting the work done that I'm supposed to get done, or recording the videos. It doesn't even occur to me. It doesn't even cross my mind at all at this point. And so I was just thinking about that, and I was thinking about how that's something that I just take for granted now, but really it's kind of an amazing thing, right? And how did that transition happen? So the reason why I'm making this video is to tell you that it's possible to do that, right? It's possible to get to the point where you don't hit the snooze button, where you just wake up, or you never think about possibly skipping a workout, where that happens. But the way that it happens is by you continually not allowing yourself to have an excuse. So I did this video about never letting yourself off the hook, right? Check out that video there. And in that video, I talked about this idea that, like, it doesn't matter what the fuck is going on. I mean, maybe there's like a conference, or I didn't sleep the last night, or I stayed up late, or whatever it is. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do the thing. I'm gonna not let myself off the hook, even if I have a perfectly valid reason, perfectly valid excuse, right? Like when I ran the marathon, I had skipped leg day that week, so I did leg day after the marathon, right? That's I know that's an extreme one, but it's an example of it. But if you keep on doing that, if you never let yourself off the hook, you will eventually develop the habit or the discipline of getting to a point where you do not even consider the possibility of not doing something that you're supposed to do, or that you plan to do. You can really get to that point. So again, not saying it to brag, but I'm just saying it to tell you that it is possible. That, because I know some of you are discouraged. You feel like you're never going to get there. You kind of feel like, you know, that you're always going to procrastinate, that you're always going to be lazy, you're always going to be tired, you're never going to feel like working out, and you might not feel like it. You know, I don't always feel like working out, but you feel like you're never going to get to the point where you're going to just be able to do it. Like, you know what you're supposed to do, but you feel like it's always a struggle and always a fight for you. If you practice this, if you put this into action, and I think, again, I'll do a review on that 5-second rule book. I'm actually thinking it's good. At first I was like, oh, I don't know about this. It seemed a little cheesy, but if you'll actually take the action and take those steps and take immediate action and not let yourself off the hook, you will eventually develop that muscle, and you'll develop that discipline, and you'll be able to respond like that. Like, you won't even consider hitting the snooze button. The thought won't even come into your mind, right? There's so many things I was thinking about, like, you know, every day. I don't even think about someday I could take the day off. I don't ever think about that. It never does it cross my mind, you know, me being an entrepreneur and having my own business, and I don't have to. Like, there's nothing, it's not like a consulting business where I've got a client, I've got to work hours. I'm totally setting the hours that I'm choosing to work, but it never even crosses my mind, not even one day, that I'm not going to work today. I'm just going to play some video games. Now it's crossing my mind. Now I'm like, oh shit, I should take a day off and do something. I could actually do that. But it doesn't even cross my mind. And the reason why is because I've trained myself for this, right? And so, again, not saying it to brag, not saying it to say, oh, look at me, how cool I am. I'm just saying it to encourage you, so you can realize that, yes, you can actually get to that point. Yes, you can actually get to the point where you don't even consider the skipping the gym. You don't even consider hitting the snooze button. You don't even consider goofing off instead of doing your work. You can get to that point because that becomes the normal way of life, just like you don't ever consider not stopping at a stoplight. At least I hope so. I mean, I guess some people run stoplights, but most of us don't ever even consider that we might, you know, not stop, right? And so same thing, it can happen. You just gotta practice not letting yourself off the hook, making sure that you follow through all the time, and you will get to that point. All right, that's all I got for you today. In fact, I'm doing these videos as because that's what I'm doing. Like, I'm not even concerned not doing videos, right? I mean, I'm doing the videos. So if you haven't subscribed already, click that subscribe button and click that bell if you want to make sure that you don't miss a video. That's the best way to subscribe. It's like a super subscribe. I'll talk to you next time. Take care.